Hello dears, and welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna. Today we are right in the heart of the British area. We'll be walking down the famous Girona Street, aka the British Street, and the strip area to show you how much properties cost here. Is it actually worth buying a property in this area? What's here nearby located, and if it's only for partying and a short-term rentals, so only investment purposes, if it's worth only buying a property for this, or on contrary, if there are many families living here in the area the whole year round. So let's go and explore together. We start today's video right next to the lovely Hotel Gold Arcos, brand new spacious rooms, great quality, 1 4-star superior. We filmed it for you guys here on the channel, so if you did not check it out, I'm going to leave you the link here down below. A lot of you probably know what the British zone is looking like, if especially you visited Benidorm beforehand. This is an area where there's a lot of international tourist oriented bars, mostly British bars, entertainment, night shows. Some of the best ones can be found here in the area. Obviously, a lot of nightclubs, nightclubs and entertainment are also located right here nearby. Before, it was known as a place for drunk, cheap tourism, for fights, ladies, and etc. But right now already, it's starting to become better and better each year, and this bad fame is slowly fading away, although we can still see things out here. Right nearby we have the Levante Beach. We can have it right there below these palm trees. It's around 200 meters away from the famous British Street. This is the British Street itself. On the left side we have a Red Lion, we have the Western Saloon, we have a lot of other really famous already by this time bars, pubs and restaurants. There's also insomnia nightclubs and much more. Here are some of the most famous hotels located nearby too. For example, Don Pancho is right here. We have La Marina Hotel, we have Presidente 4-star superior, that's just right here near us. The Gold Arcos. At the end there's Hotel Pueblo, which is where the Wednesdays and Sundays market is also located. And obviously much more you can find out here. The great part of being here is that you have everything nearby. It's an ideal location. You have cheap shoe shops right here, actually quite of a good quality, I must say. There's a lot of Chinese bazaars with some nice things, especially if you want to celebrate something. This is where you can purchase a lot of these cheaper things as well as souvenirs. But if you want to be a resident, if you want to live here, obviously you would not care with, at some point of time, you would not really care about all these shops, you would not care about all the huge amount of bars and nightclubs. You would want to have something for a living. So you need to know a couple of things about this area. First of all, obviously nightlife. It's the busiest place and the biggest in terms of amount of different bars area of Benidorm. Here during daytime it's quite quiet. As you can see, in summer obviously all these places will be open up starting from midday, but in summer all the entire Benidorm is busy. You would not escape it even on the Levante Beach or Poniente Beach. Depending which area you choose, you will still have quite a lot of tourism right here. The exception is that in some points it does stop around 3, 4, 5 a.m. in the morning, but in this area it doesn't stop up until 8, 9. So if you want a good night's of sleep, this is probably not the best place to choose for you guys. One thing to mention is that there are some buildings with higher floors, like these ones for example, that if you decide to purchase a property right here, we're talking about purchasing right now, you could obviously put a nice soundproof windows, doors system. So like this, it wouldn't be a problem for you guys. So bear that in mind. Higher floors obviously do escape from the sound a tiny bit. This is all the British strip. Okay, this is all the area. Right now it's quite different from what we used to see it years ago. Before there were quite more places out here. As you can see right now, all this side is empty. Only on this part of here we see Beachcomber, we have Loch Ness, we have the railway place, brand new one, the Zodiac, famous Zodiac, and obviously the Broadway disco pub. All this can still be seen here. In winter, a lot of these are not opening up. Only on weekends, every now and then, on special occasions they do, but not the whole entire week. And there are quite a lot of buildings out here, residential buildings where people do live. Higher floors, once again, are great. Let's go through the strip just a tiny bit. Higher floors are great because they do not have such a big amount of sound, and they have sunshine the whole entire day long, which is absolutely the best thing ever if what you're looking for is a tiny bit of sunshine here in Benidorm. Just a tiny bit later, we will let you know how much properties do cost here for rent and for living and purchasing a property itself. First of all, what do we have in this area? We have bars, we have restaurants, we have nightclubs, night pubs, we have a lot of entertainment. We have a huge amount of Chinese shops, bazaars, supermarkets, 24 hours ones. The market is right here nearby, which is every Wednesday and Sunday, and we can have a straight road up until the beach, which is quite fast, and it's a straight road. There is no high hills, there's no difficulty in reaching it, so it's quite easy and comfy walk down Benidorm's streets. This is the beginning. Supermarkets, you would need to go to typical Spanish supermarkets. There is a slight way from here, but nothing you couldn't do in a walking distance. Apart from that, rentals. In this area, rentals are quite difficult in a sense that a lot of people know what this area is all about, as you do probably by now with all our videos and without them as well. This area with renting, obviously you can find in a lot of these buildings, you can find potentially apartments for a long-term rent. But what you need to know is the vast majority of them will be for a shorter term rental. In winter, you can find rents that will be for around 10 months from September towards May or June months. And then in summer, what people do is that they rent it all short term, simply because it doesn't make any sense for them to waste the money. If they will accept rent it for you for the whole entire year round, long-term rentals, then the price for rent will be slightly higher. Let's check out something for renting here in the British Street area and right around the strip. The cheapest one we were able to find is on the Lepanto Street, just one street away. And it's for 700 euros a month, 1 bedroom, 40 square meters in a house, in a building without the elevator, but it's an exterior part of it, which is actually great. Touristic area, 1 bedroom apartment, 700 euros a month. On the Girona Street, 730 euros a month, the same 1 bedroom, 52 square meters, 11th floor with gorgeous sea views with elevator. Ibiza Street does have rentals for 2 bedroom apartments, 85 square meters with parking space, 990 euros a month. And all around this area, there are also more options that you can choose from. A lot of high, tall buildings, 11th, 20th floor with gorgeous views and sun all entire day long. So these more or less were the rentals for the apartments. I must say that when you check out for rentals, there's a lot of buildings like these ones. If you want to escape short-term rental, then check out if in this building there are quite a lot of tourism short-term rentals. If it's not the case, then that's absolutely fine. But if there are, you might be willing to check it twice and think if it's actually worth it. because there might be loud music, as you can hear right now. People are coming on holidays. It's not the same as actually living here, you know, it's not the same daily routine, so you need to take that into consideration when you search for an apartment. If you are willing to buy it for an investment, I would definitely say go ahead, do it. You need to find the price that would be affordable for you, and you need to find the price that would be profitable as well as an investment. By the way, look at this, they're reforming all the hotel. Look at that. This is La Marina Hotel. They're refurbishing the front entrance. There's a lot of work being done. Obviously, it's to make it nicer for all the clients and their guests. It's great when hotels decide to do some kind of renewing, refurbishment, remaking something for the better. So if you want to invest in a property, this area is great. It doesn't need to be on the main Girona street, which is this one right here. We went back to it. Doesn't need to be here. Might be slightly close towards Ibiza, Lepanto Street, but all this area in general is great for investment. Obviously, you would need to put the price just about right in order for correct users and correct tourists to get your accommodation, because you don't want your apartment to be destroyed, don't you? That's the main thing. But you can definitely find it, you can definitely make it profitable to at least bring you some kind of income before you decide, or if you decide sometime in the future to come down here and establish here permanently your residency in the house that you've purchased. Or maybe you will be able to resell it afterwards, made a small refurbishment inside and resell it slightly higher up to cover at least all the taxes that you will be paying as a non-resident here in Spain, meanwhile, which are quite high, I must say. If you want some videos about what taxes you need to pay when you purchase the property, etc., let us know. We might make a special video for this rubrics, because we know a lot of people are interested in actually how much money do they need to spend apart from property price, because not a lot of people know it's not the only thing you will be paying when purchasing a property here in Spain. So bear that in mind. If, on contrary, you would like to see, there is, for example, right above the jumping jacks, there is an apartment. Let me zoom it in for you. See, there is an apartment. There are some things put there that says 9.7booking.com vacational rental. Esther's apartment. Look at this. See, this is the vacational rental, and right below it, you do have a bar, you have cafeterias, you have a lot of things going on. So check it out before you purchase it. Always do a property tour, always inspect the area so that you would get the best possible place for you to live in, because at the end it's not a rented apartment. You cannot just go whenever you want. If you purchase something, that's going to be way more difficult to leave it than a rental place. If you're searching something not for investment, at least not for now, but somewhere to live in, our sincere answer would be yes, it is possible to live in this area. There's a lot of buildings like these ones where people still live whole entire year around, especially these that are between the Girona Street and the Mediterranean Avenue. These are not so busy. Depending where you're actually at the Girona Street, it might be noisy, it might not be so much. Here towards the end of it, there is less noise, there's less nightclubs, less night pubs, and it's quite nice to stay outside. If you decide to purchase the property for you to live in directly, not for investment, there are a lot of different options. Please check it out beforehand. If you don't have a great real estate agent, if you don't have anyone who you would who could help you out with decently saying which properties are worth spending the money on and which ones are not, which ones are noisy, which ones do have issues around it, which area is better than the other one, then you can always contact us. Here is our official website. This is where you can contact our immigration services, and this is where we also provide you different services for accommodation, for rental, for property search, and NIE number, residence permit, and much more. And apart from that, obviously you do have our email address and the phone number to contact us in case you need any kind of help with property search. This area has a lot of nice buildings like these ones in front. For example, you're still in the heart of the British area. It is what it is, but if you want to be here, there are great properties. So let's check out how much do properties cost here if you would like to purchase any of them right here in the British area around Lepanto, Ibiza, and obviously Girona Street. Let's go and check them out. And let's start from the very beginning. Right in this area, there are a whole lot of apartments that you will find probably in Idealista, Fotocasa, a lot of real estate websites, and in general property websites that are one-bedroom apartments. The reason is that in this area, there's a lot of buildings that have one-bedroom apartments. This is how they've been built. This is how it stayed this way. So there's going to be a lot of offers on one-bedroom apartments, which means that they have one separate bedroom, one living room, usually only one bathroom, a kitchen, maybe a gallery or a terrace, closed or opened one. That's basically it, what the majority of the apartments here are having. And the cheapest one in this area is on the Lepanto Street, right here nearby in the heart of the British zone. And they dropped the price by 5% from 122,000 euros, 125, sorry, towards 119,000 euros. The parking space is included in the price, which is great. I must say, one bedroom, 39 square meters, first floor, but it's still with the elevator. The second property that we found was on the Ibiza Street, also great location for those who love this area. Genuinely, that's sixth floor with elevator, which means that it's not going to be as noisy from below bars as it would be on the lower floor. Just 5 minutes away from the Levante beach, from all the most important things, really close to everything. And it's one bedroom, 65 square meters apartment, 135,000 euros. The next one is more or less in the same area here, and it's 145,000 euros, but it's two bedrooms, 61 square meter. That's a fifth floor with an elevator. They do have like semi-closed terrace, which you can open up the windows. And since it's a fifth floor, there's not going to be such a big amount of noise going out from all the bars and restaurants nearby. This same more or less right next to the Red Lion, another apartment with parking space included, two bedrooms, 76 square meters, second floor with elevator. Here I would dare to say that it's not a good thing for living, probably for investment purposes, yes, but not for living, simply because it's just there's like bars right below you and right in front of you, and these ones do not close so early, so it's not the best decision to probably buy it for a living, unless you don't care about the music and all the noise at night, especially in summer season. If you do, that's not your choice, definitely 100%. For investment, might be good option. The next one is also two bedroom one, but I wanted to show it to you guys because it has already the touristic license. So you would not need to do anything at all except for purchasing it, and that's basically it. And you can already rent it out with the agency or with someone you trust. This is two bedroom apartment, 55 square meters, third floor with elevator. It's already prepared, equipped with everything that a touristic apartment needs to survive and to have for your guests. So you don't need to do much out here except for signing the papers and putting it on rent already wherever you want. So that's actually a great thing 2 bedrooms, that's perfect for investing. I've already mentioned it in previous videos. However, the price is slightly elevated. That's because it's in a great condition. It's been renewed. But 182,000 euros, usually it's not the best for investing, but with the latest price rise, that's what you will find, except for the first one we've seen, for 2 bedrooms with a touristic license already. So that would still be considered a valid option for investment in this zone. And 3 bedroom apartments right in front of us for 78 square meters, first floor with elevator, 182,000 euros. So as you can see, there are a lot of different properties, a whole lot. Some of them already are sold with a touristic license, some of them without it. Just need to check it out, and depending on what you are potentially looking for, you might be purchasing a property that has the license already, so it allows you to rent it ASAP and put it on the market directly through some agency or on booking.com, Airbnb, run by someone here in Spain if you do not plan on living here just yet, while you will be receiving all the income as an investment from this very property, which is actually a great option if you do not plan on retiring or coming to Spain just yet, but you already want to purchase something that would start to function while you gather all the things together and make all the plans and move here permanently. Or simply if you want to have a small income from a property here in Benidorm and be able to block it for the days that you want and come here to spend a holiday in your own private apartment in the heart of Benidorm's town. As you know, in this area there is also a private hospital. I'm at Levante, which is really nice. They have surgeries, they have consultations, translators, anything, interpreters, everything that you need is available there too. There are also public health center consultations, there's banks, there's pharmacies, there's the market right here next to the Hotel Pueblo Benidorm. You know it all already by now probably. And a lot more different services. Everything you need is in this area, especially if you love going out at night for dinner shows, night shows, just being in all the movement but not necessarily in the noisiest part of it. This might be a place for you to stay and where to get your property. We always do recommend you, if you're not sure whether you would love to live here permanently, take a rental first, at least for a few months or for an yearly rent, and then you can always cancel it. You can always search for a property and purchase it. Only like this you will be 100% sure that you love the area where you are staying, because there is nothing worse than trusting some real estate agents that the only thing that they want is to sell you a property, but not being completely honest where it is, in which type of house it's located. Are there any invasors, like these typical, ocupas here? Is it safe? Is it not? What kind of noise can you hear from the walls? If people are not being honest, you might end up paying a big amount of money for a property that's not exactly what you potentially need. And when you come here, when you install already, you would need to sell it once again, simply because it's not as easy as moving when you have a rented one. So check it double if you're not sure. Better to rent beforehand. However, if you are sure that you want to purchase a property right here, you can always do so, and the prices are quite nice, taking into consideration how close to the beach we are and how close to all the facilities. Thank you for accompanying us on today's short walking tour down the most British area of all in Benidorm town, and checking out the properties with us. How much is it worth living in this area? And is it actually possible, or is it better for the investment? That's up to you after seeing this video. Bye, Ds, and we'll see you tomorrow with the latest news update.